Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? We're gonna do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something a little different. You feel me? We waiting for what's up, E? We're gonna get on the official pod, on the official stream in a little bit, but we're gonna chop it up with Gregory Blake. You know what I'm saying? There you go. We're gonna get him the yeah. There we go. We should be straight. You feel me? Big shout to everybody though. We gonna chop it up though. Shout out to D. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh man, just putting in some little extra work
That's
after work.
that's right. Hey man, always. I respect it, man. You know, first of all, just man, thank you for coming on, man. I know you've been your social media been on fire for the probably always. I know I just came across your page maybe a couple days ago, and I knew immediately that I know it had to be people that wasn't happy with things that you said, but I know it's coming from a place of game. You know what I'm saying? They don't got nothing to do with South by Southwest or anything like that. So I know, but yeah, man, please. First of all, just give the people a brief description of who you are, and man, we're gonna get right into it.
Wow, man, I like to thank you for bringing me on. And to chop it up about the music industry is what I love to
Sure.
do. I've been in the music business for 20 plus years. I started, at the very bottom, passing out magazines and worked my way up in the business through radio and eventually working with labels and um, being instrumental in applying pressure to help breaking a lot of artists that are now still extremely successful. You might be considered older, because I was doing this back in the old school, and we still doing it now. In 2022, we started a new company up called Hits on Fire,
Okay.
to bring back and offer integrity again into the independent industry because integrity has been lost. It's more money grabbers and scammers than it's ever been
For sure.
in history. Um,
For sure. For sure.
and that was
Oh man. Of
one
course.
of the reasons I was talking about South by Southwest. But I've been in the business, for decades. I've been very instrumental in breaking a lot of successful artists and getting artists paid. Getting them
Yeah.
book shows. Now, I want to say this to anybody that is watching: you got to understand the roles that people play in the artist's career or a record label's career is a process. So you're going to have to cross paths with certain people on the road to success. And if you cross paths with the right people, then you for certain to get where you need to go. But crossing paths with the wrong people could mean the complete opposite.
For sure. For sure. All right, man. So great description, but straight into it. You asked the question. Um, who got signed from South by Southwest in the last 5 years, and you in a short reel, you gave a little bit of insight on just that statement. Give us some more. Give us like a little bit more on that because I think people just read it and didn't really try to digest what you were saying. So
Right.
give us a little bit more on that.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Basically, you have, because there was a lot of my, good celebrity buddies that left comments on the post, which made a lot of
Yeah.
sense. And then I just got finished talking to one of my OGs, TJ, DJs, and we had went back and forth on the subject also
Mm-hmm.
in the DM. And what I was telling them is the same thing that Drummer Boy Fresh said to me, and which is the truth.
Yeah, I see
That South by
it right now.
right, that South by Southwest is only for people that have motion. It's only really, it's just the same thing as YouTube. YouTube is really only for people that have motion, or
Hmm.
he's gonna be getting on their bottom. So,
Yeah,
but if you already have motion and you put a video up on YouTube, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna go up. So it's the
yeah,
same thing. So all of these people who they put on the post and they tried to give the credit to South by Southwest to breaking is an illusion, a smoky mirror, because all of those people already had motion before they got there. Most of them, the baby,
yes, and that's why they were able to even be considered
and that's
as
why,
official artists.
right, because people knew who they were before they got there. But it's not.
Definitely smoke and mirrors. Definitely smoke and mirrors because even South by Southwest would even market it as if it's just an opening for everybody. And as you said, like I mean, it's not a scam, but for then there's a lot of artists that's dying to make it. So that small $30 submission fee that you have to pay to even submit to that, they know that they're not, most of these people, they're not gonna give a chance.
Okay,
They don't have most of them. You know it's not for that.
you know
They know that.
it's probably the cheapest price to pay to get on one of those stages is probably going to be $500,
Yeah.
and and that's like if somebody give you a deal, because most of those guys charging $1,000, $1,500, and
And
to
we're
get on
talking
these stages,
unofficial stages, right?
the unofficial stages, because that's what I was going to tap
Yeah.
into. Also, it's
Because
like South
that's
by
a
South
whole market in its own.
is,
That's just,
oh
yeah.
yeah, they should have just made a unofficial South by Southwest to just go at the same time as the official, and they should have had unofficial and official, and that way it would have made a little bit more sense. But now you have people that's going to the unofficial that actually think
Yeah.
they're going to the official,
Yeah.
and
They
and
don't even know
and
what the
that,
conference is.
huh?
They don't even know what the actual
They
conference is.
they don't even know the actual conference. Net for
No,
most
not
part,
at all.
yeah, most of them they just hop out and go straight to Sixth Street.
Yeah, Sixth Street definitely. That's where it's at. Sixth Street.
Unofficial zone.
Yeah, Sixth Street. All of Sixth Street. If you ever, been to Austin, it is going on right now. And you reported on that also, and it don't seem like it's going too well.
Well, now I'm not going to look, because I just talked to TJ, and listen, TJ just told me he talked to an A&R down there that's interested, you know what I'm saying, in doing a deal with one of his artists. I ain't going to say which name. And he was just
Hmm.
telling me like this just happened like over the last couple of days. So, but listen, the same thing I talked to, and I said to TJ, look, TJ, they know you. Everybody knows you. And I said, and he told me a lot of people came to him, and he's been getting a lot of contacts. And I said, yeah, that's right. But I bet you everybody that came to you already knew who you were. And he
Exactly.
said that's
Exactly.
true. So listen, if you're going to South by Southwest and you have motion, it will be beneficial to you. The reason why is because the people that have been seeing you go viral or seeing you do shows and seeing you, doing your thing regionally, and they've been seeing this online. Then when they have the actual opportunity to link up with you down in South by Southwest and see you in person and make a personal connection with you, that takes your career to the next level. So South by Southwest is relevant, and it works for artists with motion. If you don't have motion, you're gonna go down there, you're gonna get the smoky mirror, you're gonna get taxed.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what I was saying is, you could be taking your money and you could have utilized those same $3,000 you spent to go down there to make yourself popular, to get yourself, in a particular space. So when you go down there next year, they would know you and it'd be beneficial to you.
Yeah.
But going down there thinking that this is about to kick off your career is a big ass smoky mirror, because They don't know that everybody that went down there and who blew up already had motion, and people already knew who they were before they got there.
That's facts. That's facts. And you know what the funny thing is about the taxing is the artists volunteer for it. We don't have to do it. You clearly telling, there's so much other, not even just money but time, other resources, because most people's coming from different states. So plane tickets, just even getting a room, all of these it add up. You know what
Oh
I'm saying? It
yeah,
add up.
yeah. It
It add
adds
up
up.
big time. And I mean, I did it twice. You know what I'm saying? I did it twice. Luckily, I had like family and stuff out there, so I was hit two birds one stone. But still, when you doing that, you really got to understand what it's actually meant for. What it's actually meant for. And I don't think people really understand that. Even South by Southwest, if you look at the prices and things like that, um, these are the official with the badges and stuff. It's about $1,000. So our demographic, specifically even of hip hop, won't even attend. And if you even look at South by Southwest, their lineups, it don't have a lot of representation. So
Yeah, this year, um, all they had, the actual South by Southwest event, right? Consists of bands, live bands. The actual event, the official one, every year it consists of, along with the different speakers, the live bands.
yes,
So this is more of a thing, not hip hop, not R&B. Live bands
yes,
is usually, you know, the priority of entertainment for the official South by Southwest. Now this year, the live bands pulled out. So the actual festival aspect of South by Southwest this year took a huge hit. The actual official event, it took a huge hit because the music aspects of that, which is the bands, they got out of it because they was angry about the endorsement that the U.S. Army gives South by Southwest, and also supplying weapons to Israel to unjustly slaughter Palestinians. So
yeah,
even got the mayor of Texas angry to the point of telling them to never come back again. Now, why would the mayor make a statement on the news and tell the bands don't come back if it didn't hurt South by Southwest? Listen, because by those bands not coming, all those people that listen to that genre of music also didn't come. So,
absolutely,
so that's a lot of money taken out of South by Southwest pocket thanks to those bands. Um,
man.
right. So that was a huge blow. So now already, so that element is taken out. So now so now you just have Sixth Street. It's raining. It's getting ready to rain this weekend. Outside, it's been looking slack. If you go look at 2022 and some of the other years, it's shoulder to shoulder out in the streets. It's not going to be shoulder to shoulder in the streets this year. And I'm going to tell you, number one, because it's going to be raining today and tomorrow in Austin. So that kills any of the street activity that could have been. But up until this weekend, the streets have been rather empty. But artists have been still finding ways to network with people, and there still are a lot of key people down there, a lot of key plugs in Austin. There may not be, that many major labels, and there still may be some major labels down there snooping around and things.
Yeah,
But it's not gonna work for the artists that don't already have prior motion. You could have took that money and you could have invested that into helping to create the motion that you need so that you could get taken seriously and get known. You could have took some of that and spread it out across radio stations. You could have took some of that and spread it out with some blogs Like when people Google you, you could have took some of that and spread it out to some playlists. So this is what I meant when I said there's other valuable things that you guys are getting ready to go skip across to run down the South by Southwest. That's the additional detail. You don't have a website. You don't have a, you know, no social SEO dominance and no presence on the search engine. I can't
Mm-hmm.
find you if I go search your name up. But you're down at Southwest and you just spent the $1,000 to perform. You ought to slap yourself in the face with a raw piece of meat.
I mean, it's nothing but facts, and I think it's just natural for this artist in the day and age because artists like to skip steps, and with social media, you know that it amplify that, you know, just going down there and stuff like that. So now, I mean, actually, I got your page put up right now on a computer, and you said that they should bring back the some other music conferences. Um, give some more because I'm not too familiar with some of them.
Right.
Please give some that's better that you think that's better for the artist.
Well, TJ's, DJs, but I'm gonna give you a real good one because even with me, I don't want to act like everything is all bad. Because listen, I went to Revolt last year, right?
Okay.
And Revolt in Atlanta, because I live in Atlanta, it was awesome.
Okay.
It was like amazing. It was like they took music conferences to a whole different level. P Diddy, you know, I hope he's able to do it again next year with all of the stuff. Well, actually, this year with everything that happened, you know, how he
Yeah.
been in the news
Yeah.
and media and stuff. But Revolt is like a dope event. So like, I would suggest if anybody, once you hear about the next Revolt going on in Atlanta, yeah, definitely get up here for that because now the only thing is with Revolt is so many people to where, you know, almost like South by Southwest, you're not gonna know who is who because they're not giving out name badges.
Yeah.
So this where the problem, you know, is with South by Southwest unofficial because you had these unofficial events and there's nobody with name badges on. You don't know who anybody is, and there's thousands of people down there. You just wasted your money.
Yeah.
You should have went to the official event. At least you seen some name badges. You at least knew who you was going to have to go approach and talk to. You could have been standing right next to the president of Universal Records at the unofficial event, but just because they didn't have any name badges in there, you didn't know you were standing next to that person, and hey, you blew weed in his face when you and your partner and them was smoking. So you know, it's not a real wise idea. It's not wise. So this is the reason why artists need consultants. You need people to help you figure this stuff out, to help you make the best decision for your career so that you're not out wasting money and then bitter at the music industry after you don't get what you thought you was going to get because you bought into the smoky mirror. Listen, the music industry is a smoky mirror. This is the reason why when everybody was saying, you know, jumping out, oh, South by Southwest, I said, hold on, let me go do some research to go see, is South by Southwest even effective anymore for these
Come on,
artists?
man.
Because hip hop is in the slumps. We can't get an artist up. South by Southwest been going for the last couple of years. All these
Come on,
executives
man.
just got fired. South by Southwest was here last year. It didn't stop the executives from getting fired. So what is it doing? What is it here for? Is it necessary? And in my investigation, I found out that no, it's only necessary for people with motion. Because when I asked those people who got signed from that, everybody they named was people that had motion prior.
Yeah.
So
Let's
let that
see.
be your
Let's
lesson.
see.
If you're listening to this and you're gonna look at this after it goes off, go and look at the post and look at every name that they called and go do your research. Because this is what is so easy to do, right? So you go and look up, they say Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee
Hmm.
Stallion, she got signed. She went viral in 2022, right? And she got signed somewhere a little bit after that in 2022, right?
Yeah,
So what you do is you go Google Megan Thee Stallion 2021
Megan
because
Thee Stallion 2021. We got it up.
what you want,
2021.
right? Because what you want to see is what was Megan Thee Stallion doing in 2021.
Yeah, she was our. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Huh?
yeah. The first thing I see is she wins best new artist at the Grammys.
Okay, hold on. So when did let's go back a little further. Google on there real
Okay.
quick. Say when did she get signed? Because we're gonna show everybody how to do the research. When did Megan Thee Stallion get signed to 1501?
Okay. Sign to 15 on. And that's Carl Crawford, right?
Yep.
Let's see. So from a Pitchfork article,
It should be
she first
2022.
okay, see they talking about the lawsuit. That was 2020. I'm looking for the actual date. When
All right.
did Megan
It's gonna
sign?
it's gonna be in all right. Let me get it for you real quick. Hold on.
I mean, for as far as like South by Southwest and independent artists, I don't even think it'd be wise to even just go to network. It's better for networking, but all the money that's being spent there, I don't think it's worth it. I
All
mean,
right.
there's another place that I think that would be better than South by Southwest is in Phoenix, Arizona. Um, Respect the Underground. They do multiple festivals, like actual festivals in Phoenix. Phoenix actually got a pretty nice hip hop scene. It's real low key, but they actually do it for the city. It's a bunch of independent artists. And I think that's more tailored to that. Like what people think South by Southwest is without the idea of getting signed. But it'd be better for that. Like to be honest, because spending. I mean, everybody know what South by Southwest is. So the demand is through the roof. It's like Mayweather is fighting. Everything is up. Hotels is up. The cost. So I mean, all that money. Let's say if an artist spent, let's say $3,000, instead of spending the $3,000, going to South by Southwest, and they came to you, no name artist, and they said, "I have $3,000. I would like to do something with it." What would you say?
$3,000 for the
Let's
first thing.
just say three
Well,
thousand.
$3,000. I'm gonna want to make sure that you got a business LLC established
Okay.
first. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
we're gonna get your LLC going so that because you want to do it right.
Yeah.
So because you're independent, you need to know how to self fund or get funding for your business in the beginning, so that you're not out here with your singing with a hat in front of you out on the corner for money. So
Yeah.
and then or chasing after a imaginary record deal. So we start with your business structure first. You know what I mean, and then after that, you know, your music, your image. So $3,000, I'm gonna listen to your music. I'm gonna see, if your music sound up to par, whether you need to go back in the studio, whether you need a mix or master. You gonna look at your photos. You might need to go do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
You already know you just starting out. You're gonna need a website developed. Then,
Yeah, and and it's funny that a lot of these things you're naming, most artists do not have. Just from that go do a show and start screaming to social media. No cards. Cards is very cost effective. You could throw QR codes on them. You could get them done. It's so funny that you can tax artists so much because they refuse to do the work. And you can tell them anything. Like people don't Google search nothing. They don't research anything. So they be, when they sign with people, they say, I was played, I was taken advantage of. And it's like, I don't understand how they don't understand. It's like, well, you never took the responsibility. It never was important to you to even to learn something. You wanted to go get the answer from this person. They told you whatever. They could tell these people whatever. They could tell them whatever, and they will believe it.
Oh yeah,
They
man.
will
Like,
believe it.
and it's like when this just the information age. So whenever it's too much of anything, is going to be bad in it. So there's a lot. It's too much. Too many people who don't have any experience just saying things. So like that's the reason why
True.
I am able to make these statements and to make a statement like I did. And for it to do what it did, like my account got less than 4,000 followers already. That post is up to close to 150,000 views.
Yeah.
We reached over close to 70,000 accounts. So I want to also utilize that as an example to break the myth that you got to go bot, that you have to have a large follower count in order to get seen by people. So I want to break that myth, and you can go look at my page right now. We have great engagement. You need to learn how to use the algorithm. You need to use. It's not the numbers. It's not quality. I mean, quantity is quality.
Yeah.
It's not the quantity and the numbers on your account. Is the quality of the post that you make it.
Yeah, that was recently just exposed too. Maybe what was it, a couple months ago? It was artists, they had to cancel shows because they wasn't selling, but they had the numbers of breaking the records and Spotify, but not selling shows, not selling tickets. So the math just really
Wasn't
haven't been mathing.
it wasn't mathing.
Come on, man.
So and that's the culture, and the way the culture has shifted because popularity, it tells people now you need to have your numbers up so that people could respect you, that people could
Yeah,
think that you're this when you're really not that. This is what popularity has brought into existence. It took away from organic. You know what I'm saying? Because and it authenticity also, because like you could just fake it till you fucking make it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, you really that no, that's so true, man. Because I have a lot of trouble collaborating, and it's just the actual work. I see a bunch of artists, they focus on their aesthetics so much. Like I don't think artists really like even making music, and that's just my personal opinion. Um, but yeah, just like you could just get on social media, and you can basically create what you want people to think, and that just take away from really everything in totality, to be honest.
Yeah, and I want to also extend the invitation for any artists that do need a professional consultant in your corner to definitely tap in with us. We have a whole array of legitimate services put in place to benefit the independent artists. So yeah, definitely you guys need to learn how to tap in with professionals and learn how to be led.
Yeah.
You know, the best leaders are the best followers. Now, if you just got in this business and you don't know A from B, A to Z, A to wherever, then you need to align yourself with a music professional that can help consult you with wisdom, so that you're not out here doing things that you think is right that's completely wrong. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story about some artists that I know that spent hundreds of thousands of dollars being hard-headed, not listening to anybody, doing this only because they can do it. And now they're a couple $100,000 down, and they're wishing they, because it's something when you done spent that money, and then now you don't have that budget to spend no more, and
Yeah.
then now you're thinking about all the things you could have done right with that budget. So
Yeah.
this is what happens when you get people that will not listen and will not come under the leadership, of a executive or a more experienced person in the music industry. It doesn't make you weaker. It doesn't make you weak or a chump to be to follow and to be humble and to be mentored and coached. It makes you a stronger individual. So this is what we're missing. So this is why we have so many people that's afraid of people, because they think that people are their worst enemy in this business. And even the music industry think that. This is why they fired 70,000 employees, because they
Yeah, it's
feeling like
crazy.
people is the problem. We need to get rid of the people, and, and we need to bring in more technology. So
Okay, so
what is
as far as the music industry right now, what do you think is the biggest myth right now in the music industry, or the biggest misconception? Because just like you said, it's too much information, and it,
well, this is the biggest misconception, that all you need is social media to blow up.
yeah,
That all you need is TikTok or social media. That is the biggest misconception, and that got everybody. That got 100 people trying to squeeze it to a rat hole. And this is what exactly. Imagine this: 100 people all fighting, trying to squeeze into a rat hole.
yeah,
So so that's what's happening is they told all of you, these artists, that it was social media. So now you have 11 million artists now that's all on social media. That's the 11 million artists all trying to squeeze into a rat hole, a little hole. The industry ain't even signing. You have maybe 5 artists that blew up in the last 5 years and went mainstream. That's the little
yeah,
hole. So you have 11 million artists trying to get through that little tiny old crack. That's a lot of you never gonna get in. You're gonna give up, because
yeah, yeah,
you was following the Joneses. You didn't really want to, know the truth. And the truth is that you got to use every outlet. That radio is not dead. That street teaming is not dead. You get out there, go pass out some QR code cards, go to some football games, basketball games, go pass out some cards, go put up some posters in some places, go get a rap van, wrap your van up, go fuck with some DJs and get on some compilations and some albums, and go collaborate with some artists that got, you cannot miss all of that, or you're not gonna make it.
yeah,
If you miss all of that, and you only thing you run and you upload a record and run straight to social media, you lost. You trying to get through the rat hole with 11. You trying to get through the rat hole with 11 million other people.
yeah. I mean, see, but that just proves that artist development. That's one thing that's missing. I mean, because I think the industry would be a better place in a whole if even the talent was smarter.
Yeah, and I did a free conference call all last year, and hardly no artist showed up, because knowledge
Yeah,
and wisdom isn't attractive when popularity is on the scene. Popularity have been able to trump knowledge
yeah,
and
yeah,
truth. You know what I mean? And this is how so many scammers have been able to go crazy in the music industry, because they became popular. They knew how to create lifestyle, and for people to to be flattered by. So they're able to manipulate these things to create popularity, to make people think, oh, this person is important, this person is huge. I purposely don't do any flashing. I don't do any flashing, and I don't promote lifestyle. We promote knowledge,
yeah.
wisdom, and understanding.
Hmm.
We're not here to trick anybody. We want you to be focused on the truth.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. And it's Man, I'm so glad you said that because a couple years ago, I was just thinking about a lot of things, and with social media, that's exactly what artists do, and artists pretty much do it to themselves. Like you can't trick people into being your fans because it's not genuine. Some people are into lifestyle. Some people are into lifestyle. So if you're promoting a lifestyle, that's what they may gravitate to. But when you post the actual music, they're actually not fans of the actual music. Or they think, oh, because you got something, especially with local artists everywhere. Local artists everywhere, like to perpetuate that they have arrived already. Instead of, it's nothing wrong with presenting yourself in the best way possible, having clean graphics and things like that. But just
But this is why labels is not messing with them, because when they perceive that you feel that you already have everything already together, then they feel like, well, why the fuck should I go and help them out?
yeah,
They don't need me.
yeah,
They got a big ass chain. They look like they got it all together. They got their numbers buffed up. They're our competition.
yeah,
So now you're looking like competition, and you wonder why they're not coming to you. That's because you made yourself look like you were bigger than them. So
yeah.
now they're looking for the bigger than them results, and you're not able to produce it.
Mm,
And another thing is, and if you got that, you know, it looked like this and all that shit, and then you put out music and your music don't do anything, that automatically disqualify you. And this is the reason why millions of artists have not been able to get in, because they shit is piped up on social media in different places, and they don't understand that with AI technology, you could just send their Instagram handle and handle to their Spotify through
yeah.
couple of different bots, and it's going to tell you how many streams was fake, how many followers is fake.
Ooh.
So they don't understand this, so they
And
wondering.
and and, and is that something that's public or?
Um, well, yeah, they have public platforms where you could research engagement, but it is
Okay.
premium. You have to most likely pay a monthly fee. I can
Yeah,
I
because
send you something,
yeah, yeah, definitely. Because
but
popularity,
you could also go to
it's
things like Chartmetric. You could look at their metrics, and if you know what I mean. So if you look at their metrics, and say for instance you see that their conversion rate is real low, or or you see the skip rate on their release is very low. You can see this on Chartmetrics. It automatically signify bot activity depending
yeah,
on the conversion rate, because the conversion rate is converting how many people become a follower that listens to the material. So if
yeah.
they
I
listen,
mean, it'd be so obvious too. Even when you see the amount of followers, the follower to comment or to like ratio, somebody posts something 2 seconds and they say they have 3,000 likes. That's not even realistic. And
oh
it's so
man,
funny that just the number craze. I mean, I think one of the most important things that the average artist don't really understand is target demographic. And I personally was learning about that from Lamont Graves. Um, he do a bunch of like stuff about like branding and helping like specifically producers. He's like he's like I think an older cousin to Jalil Beats, right?
yeah, I know
So
I know you talking about the light skinned fella.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I had did a few I did like a few like Zoom things, and then I did like a one-on-one with him, and he helped me with understanding like target demo, and we just like really talked and things like that. So I artists, and then I used to be more focused on being an artist. I stick to production, and helping people learn how to sample, but target demo is so important because for years when I say I did everything wrong, I did everything wrong. I did everything wrong. Literally everything. You know what I'm saying? Like literally everything. But just target demographic, I think that's one of the most important things too, because I mean, if I was selling burgers, and of course, artists can be babies sometimes and just want everything to go their way. And they gotta understand, it's a music business, so you know, of course, a major label isn't gonna approach you. They want to make money. You don't matter how talented. Everybody thinks the same and things like that, but you know, everybody just market to everybody, and you can't do that. You can't market to everybody. So, if I sell soul burgers, in the artist's mind, it's like, man, why they don't like burgers? Like, why would I try to sell to people that I know that like tacos? You know what I'm saying? So I think, that's the thing, same people complain about family and friends not supporting, and they don't even understand target demographic. They don't even understand that. So if you can just skip that, just skip all the rapper stuff, and acting like you made it, and just the eye, just forget the image and just work on the product, and getting into the most people hands in the proper way, like that'd be a lot more effective
Right. See
than
what it is. That's another one of the smoky mirrors, right?
yeah,
Is like they told everybody, man, look, it's the World Wide Web. Look, man, you could blow up everywhere, man. Just put your music out online.
yep,
So,
yep,
back in the day, the reason why artists were so successful and labels were so successful were artists that was able to have 2 and 3 decades of making money in the music business, is because they didn't do that. They started, in those in those artist areas,
yeah,
because
yeah,
back then it wasn't, analytics and all of that stuff. So, those artists got hot in their towns and states and cities and shit first. They or either went somewhere else and got hot, Um, so like now, they think, oh, I put out this music, I need to focus on the world. No, you don't need to focus on the world. You still need to double down on a particular demographic. You need to now you can market outside of your local region, or you could target other areas that are more um, open to your style of music, because you could be from Savannah, Georgia, but
yeah,
your rap style can sound like E40, and so like more people on the West Coast, in the Midwest would be more apt to listen to you. So then, even though you're from Georgia, once you recognize that my sound is, for these people over here on the West, so I need to market. I'm gonna give you an example. Master P blew up. Master P first caught his first buzz in Ohio, not
that's crazy.
not Louisiana, not California. And
Come on, man.
this is what he told me, like out of his mouth. So this is not no he say she say. He told us this. It was a group of us. We had a meeting with him in Miami, and he said the first place he blew up was in Ohio. He was on tour. He went on tour with Tupac back in the day, and he said when he got to Ohio, they was fucking with his sound in Ohio. He was ahead of the game, and plus he had a bag, so he was able to go around and test his music out in different markets through touring,
Yeah,
because that's the way they did it. And once he figured out where his music was more susceptible, he said acceptable. He said he went to all the radio stations in Ohio, and that's how he got his career popping. Because back then you needed to have a certain amount of sound scans. Your shit had to be scanned. And BDS was still, radios was kicking ass. So if you was played on the radio heavy, or your stuff was scanned heavy, they was rocking with you. And Master P had got turned down over and over again from the majors going to him with his ideas. So what he did is, once he found out where his target demographic was, he worked that area and worked the promoters, worked the radio stations in those areas, and got on the charts and got motion from those areas. And then other places started rocking with him, and the labels took him serious and gave him an opportunity. Because it was the SoundScan numbers that Wendy Day was able to go utilize as leverage to get him that record, that historical deal that he had did, one of the first ones. I think he gave them 10% and he took 90 or something like that, some crazy shit.
Nah, yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, but
That's super wild.
he was only able to do that because he knew target demographics early, and he was able to double down and utilize a target area to get him the leverage so that he could go negotiate a good deal with what I believe Capitol at the time. You know what I mean? So still to this day, target marketing, you know, now has become the way, you know. So if you're not trying to figure out who like your music, where they at, you know, and how could I reach them and you know, and get in that area more often, than, you know, you really just be throwing money away. So, you know, some people went to Austin, Texas to go perform, but their music is not even adjacent or even acceptable to Texas. Like in Texas, so a lot of you that came from, that, you know, flew from New York and all that different type of places, yo, they don't even like a lot of that shit in Texas. They listen to a lot of their own music. They really fuck with Texas music.
Nah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? So
they really do.
So a lot of them that went down there for the Texas vibe, to spend all that money in the state that most likely ain't even gonna fuck with they sound, it was just a goofy move.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I mean, it's not just even this year too. Most of them unofficial, a lot of those unofficial spots, you're performing for artists. You're performing for other artists.
Oh man, I seen
you might
it.
as well just get on some social media.
Yeah, I seen it, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, listen, the people are not posting videos of that shit down there. I don't know why they hiding it, because, you know, if it was packed like a motherfucker band, you know, it'd be damn videos all over social media. Yeah.
Of course, and it's just so funny because, like, even the part where it's a super money grab, and people gotta understand that. And it's like, you can't lie to yourself. Like, you can't really try to make it make sense. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing you could do about it. You could try to skip the steps, you could try to go down there, but if you're not ready, you're not ready. You spent all this money, you know what I mean, to just even travel there. We're not even talking about getting on the stage. just to even travel there, to eat, you know what I mean? Like, it's artists have to focus on information right now for themselves. If they really if they think they want to make it, I mean, you have to really do the education.
Oh yeah,
you gotta really
they got to,
you know
brother,
what I mean?
or they're gonna waste. They're not gonna make it. Number one, man, there's 11 million artists out here. Man, listen, not even. I don't even think 100, maybe 100 artists might make it in the next 10 years out of 11 million.
But look, everybody want to even think they want to be number one. Like, you can't. Everybody's not gonna be even Drake status. The crazy thing is that's what I love about, you know, things outside of let's say even hip hop. Outside of hip hop, there's people that sing and that got all kind of different gigs. Like, you can make money off of even music and don't have to be a commercial megastar. You know what I'm saying? But
oh yeah, listen, like that's another one that I got to get ready to head out. But check this out. What he said is the truth. Like, now the music industry is broken up into so many different pieces to where you could be hot in 3 or 4 different states and be wealthy and make millions of dollars off of being hot in 3 or 4 different states. There's a group called 41. Go Google them. They out of the New York area, and right now they label got a joint venture deal with Republic, a major deal, and we don't know about them in Atlanta. I don't think anybody know about them in Florida like that. But yo, if you go on their page, They touring right now. Every city they going to is packing it out 5-10,000 people.
And what's the group name?
41.
41. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what you. So, but demographic, because the majors realize that they don't need to promote artists worldwide no more. So Republic,
Yeah.
this is what they realize. So they're working this group in just a couple of states, and they're killing it. Them group, they making so much money.
Yeah.
So this is so the artists. Y'all need to get. If you need to chop it up with me, hit me up in my DM. Hits on fire. You know, we schedule these kind of rollouts, and see, because the thing is, your plan is not like his plan or her plan. Everybody's gonna have a custom rollout because everybody's not in the same place. You know, we work with artists. I'm talking about literally from scratch. Yeah, I took one group, had one of my producers produce a record. We got a studio in Atlanta, so we produced the record. We got the studio, we recorded them, mixed and mastered the record. We got the video shot for them. We did the video, worked with them on the registration process. You know, because your music got to be registered before you put your stuff out, or you ain't gonna make any money.
Yeah.
So, so you got to understand, like the people. Normally, you guys, when you see people that the plaques and all of that shit, those are the people who got the artists after people like me developed them. After people like me get them, and we get them into shape and develop them, and we get them to a point, because those people don't even look at you until you got some motion. But it's people like me that help you get the motion for those people to look at you, and then they look at you, they endorse you, you go gold or platinum, they get a plaque, but the person in the back, he didn't get no plaque. The person who created you, you know what I'm saying? You know, the person, because like it is the person who was with you in the beginning, who helped mold you into the winner that you became. You understand? And those people don't regularly get plaques. You know, so you know, don't be fooled by the social media, you know, uppity shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you think you can only listen to people, because a lot of them dudes with plaques, they got there from relationships, not by work ethic, or not because they were smart. They got there because they knew somebody, and somebody just put them in position. And those same people that just got fired, a lot of those same guys that got fired from those record labels, and watch, they're gonna be out here like fucking lost. They're gonna be out here lost because they don't have a clue. They didn't make it up there through work ethic. They made it up there through internship.
All machine.
Yeah. So now when they come down here, man, I challenge a major label executive. I mean, a A&R anytime, because I know I run circles around them, because they don't really know how to build. They don't know how to build artists, really. They only know how to get artists after a built-up phase and then take them to the next level. But the guys like me are the ones who actually know how to get the artists to that level of being acceptable. But we're also the people who the artists don't listen to anymore. So this is the reason why they're not getting to that level anymore.
Yeah, man. So much information, man. Once again, man, just appreciate you. First of all, appreciate you for doing what you do, man, because it's too much information, but when you come across good information, man, you just gotta salute it. So, man, just thank you, you know what I mean, for taking the time, you know what I'm saying, and
Let's
just
do it
giving
again.
game like you always do. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna do it again, and I definitely, like I said, I've looked at your website a few times, and you know, I definitely be working with you myself, and yeah, man, just like I said, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. And we definitely gonna have to do it again, man.
Yeah, I'm
For
gonna tell
sure.
you like what some of the stuff we do, like playlisting, and we do
Yeah.
playlisting for a lot of very one of the artists that I just heard that is getting ready to get a deal, right? Or some got offered a deal, is one of the artists who I started her off. I was the first person to put her on playlist. So now,
Man.
she's getting ready to get a deal soon, and I'm never gonna be spoke about. But I,
That's crazy.
but I was the first person to put her on playlists to help her get her numbers up. So when the people that found her looked back at her numbers and they said, damn, she's doing good. But it was because of people like me that got her to doing
Yeah,
good. So when she got to that next level and they looked back and seen my work, they approved the artist.
yeah,
So
yeah,
this
man.
is so like you, it's not the people you see in the front most of the time, it's the people in the back, artists. So you gotta blow the smoke away from the mirror.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
Y'all
that's
not listening to him though. You know what I mean?
they,
Like,
they,
come on, man.
they got to blow the smoke away from the mirror, my
Come
man.
on,
So
man.
listen, I appreciate you, bro. Listen, anytime you need me, I'm here for you, brother. I actually was able to log in last minute on the other platform, but I
Oh,
will
okay. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out, and we'll definitely do it again, man. But
definitely,
big salute to you, and appreciate it. You already know.
my man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, man. You know we had to get the game. Hey, big shout out to everybody that tapped in though. But look, I'm gonna be heading over to YouTube. Um, I will be. I mean, still be on IG Live. It's gonna look a little crazy. Gonna be sharing my screen. We gonna probably cook something up or something. And yeah, man. You know what it is. Big shout out to everybody. DJ D Mona. You know what it is. Holla at me. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, we about to jump on the YouTube. If you're not familiar, look at the page. It's crazy. You feel me? And you know we hit Rolling Loud yesterday, so we're gonna talk about it. And we're gonna do what we do. All right. Peace. See you over there at YouTube at Ball Beast. You feel me?